Hello everyone, this is Bundy from Mine and Minecraft. Welcome back to Infinite Labs. It's been a few weeks since I got that first video out, and here to give you a few updates. I've been tinkering around the server, helping out here or there wherever I could. But one of the things that I wanted to show you today was a dual zombie XP farm. While I was doing my terraforming, I stumbled across two zombie spawners that Offensive must have disabled earlier on in the season, and thought the Blue Hex needed an XP farm for any new members that join in the weeks to come. So why don't we turn over the camera to first person, and I'll show you around. Okay, so here we got one zombie spawner right here. And if we go over here and head down the stairs, you can see the second one right there. As it turns out, these two zombie spawners are just in the right distance apart. I mean that you really have only one spot to stand. You have to stand right next to the cobblestone wall here in order to activate both of the zombie spawners. If I move back ever so slightly here, you can see that that one stops spinning. And if I move over to the other side of the wall here, the one over there starts spinning. So there's really only one spot that you can stand in order to activate them both and to get maximum efficiency. And yeah, it's working really great so far. So why don't we, I'm going to switch over to my camera account and show you it from a different perspective and kind of behind the scenes. So there I am, and after a few seconds, the zombies start spawning and filling up the waterways and heading up the water elevator. One of the things I ran into right off the start was the baby zombies seem to get in the way in that transition area. By creating a little bit of a lava trap at the bottom, they bobbed up and down a few times and then dropped out and cleared up the passageway accordingly. Bringing them in at two different levels was also a good thing too, because that way there wasn't a major congestion at one point. If you look at the side, you can see that they're spawning at 3 or 4 at a time, and when you have them coming in from both sides, there is a fair amount of them coming through the lower channels and up to the top here, dropping into the kill chamber. And after 15 short minutes, I've sped it up a bit here. As you can see, we're climbing right up to 200 zombies, which should give us plenty of XP. So all we need to do now is turn it off, turn the lights on in each of the spawn chambers, and let the last few guys make their way into the water channels. And the final total here, we got 209 zombies. So not too bad after a little bit of AFKing. Next step, though, of course, is to go over to our zombie crusher, give it a click, fire a little piston and block into the side of them to soften them up a bit, and we're down to pretty much a one-hit kill. Now, I don't want to be hitting them all one at a time, so we're going to use a little bit of TNT. And grab some flint and steel here, and we're going to take care of them in only one shot. So if we put the TNT right beside them here, and just a quick note, if you have a looting 3 sword, make sure that you switch over to it after you ignite it so that you can get extra drops from the kills. So let's go ahead and ignite it and back on up, switch over to our sword, and after a little bit of lag, we'll see all these XP orbs coming on in. So it could take a while for them all to reach us. So let's kind of kick back for a bit, see where we end up. And after a short bit, it looks like we're going to probably be ending up somewhere in the mid-30s, which is great because it'll allow us to get a couple level 30 enchants, as well as do some repairs on some of my tools and armor. While we're waiting for all those items to filter into the chests, decided to come over and do some enchanting and the repairs. So in the end, what I ended up here with is I combined my my 2 shovels that I had, and I ended up getting upgrading the my shovel to efficiency 5, which is great, as well as
I took a chance on enchanting a new bow, and instead I pretty much got almost the identical bow that I had before, and in addition to, I got Flame 1, so a very good bow to go. I'll just finish this one off here and then switch over to that when I can. And then just a total fluke, I ended up trying to I guess enchant a new pick, and I pretty much got the exact same thing as well as I had before. However, I did also enchant a book. It got an efficiency 4 book, and upgraded my old pick to efficiency 5 as well. So I've got a backup here, got a backup here. Everything's looking great for tools. My armor is all pretty good as well. So let's take a look, see what we've got in our chests over here. I already did a little organizing because, you know, a little OCD in myself. Everything has to be kind of sorted out. So in here, what you can see is it's a good source of potatoes and carrots. It's not an iron farm, but it definitely got some iron. Feathers as well if you need to make some arrows, and seeds, of course. And then in the bottom, we've got some swords, some shovels. Pretty decent if you were just starting off. Efficiency 3 on breaking 3 on an iron shovel. You know, you can combine a couple of these up here and get a pretty good shovel. And I've never seen this before, but I actually got one of the zombies had a diamond chest plate. So, you know, got a brand new, you know, iron and chainmail helmets, as well as, you know, a variety of other pretty good enchants on some of these things. Like if you look at some of these chainmail boots, now I don't know how long they're going to last, but you know, feather falling 4 is pretty good. You know, on breaking on that, I threw away a lot of the garbage stuff. So, but this was just an assortment that I thought I'd keep around just in case maybe one of our new members needed some gear to start off. So, and then of course we've got lots of zombie flesh here, which we'll find a way of rerouting this up to our villager trading area to trade with some of the clerics there. So all in all, it's a pretty good little setup here. You know, fairly fast, as well as you get some pretty decent drops. Left some instructions here for everybody to you know, understand how to use it. I'm sure they all know how to, but you know, just making sure that they know to use the zombie crusher before they use the TNT. I've had to restock the TNT multiple times so far, so I think people are using more TNT than they need to, and it's just because of the distance that I have from the surface. I wasn't able to get them down to a one-hit kill on their own. So of course, using the crusher there allows you to do that and just use one single TNT to kill them all, you know, at once. So you know, just I'm sure I'll have to maintain this over a period of time, but you know, it's all part of being on the server. So other than maybe doing a little bit of sprucing up, adding some maybe some trim around the edges here to get rid of some of the stone, maybe some extra accent lighting in the ceiling. Who knows? It is an XP farm, so it doesn't have to look pretty, but the XP farm over in the red one has a pretty cool design over there, so maybe I'll have to come up with something here. If you guys have some suggestions, let me know what I can do to do this. Maybe during a live stream coming up, I can take care of some of these little details and clean it up there. So thanks again for hanging out with me here. It's I know it was quite a while between our first episode, so I'll try and speed that up, or at least get a few extras out if I can record some of the streams. And we'll see you all soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.